I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy. Earlier this week, I saw an article that was written about a travel blogger who took her first cruise and decided that she would never do it again because the food was beyond awful. Not just some of it, all of it. It reminded her of high school cafeteria food, which, if you're Australian, makes no sense because we don't have that. But I digress. A food writer has now jumped on board a ship and written an article about the food, and I just thought, well, let's make a video and discuss both. Samantha Tatro, a TikTok travel blogger, cruised for the first time ever on Grand Princess. Recording her trip for social media, Samantha decided very quickly that cruising was not for her. Food was the main issue for Samantha, and she made it clear in an article that was published online at Yahoo Australia that everything was just awful. Well, just yesterday, Naomi Tomke, a seasoned journalist and food writer, published her own article. She detailed her foodie experiences on another princess ship, Discovery Princess. Writing about her time cruising in Alaska, but from the perspective of food, Naomi was able to capture what most of us already know about cruising and food, which is that some of it's good, some of it's excellent, and some of it's not so good. About the buffet, Naomi writes, "Nothing was actively bad, but nothing was good either. It was all fine, it was functional. But I'm built to crave the zap of excitement that comes from great food, and I was determined to find it somewhere among the 20-something different venues and concepts on board." That's really the point, isn't it? That there are just so many choices and so many things available to you as part of your cruise fare, especially on a princess ship, that how could you possibly tarnish the entire experience based on one aspect? Further along in her piece, Naomi details her experiences at Crown Grill, Sabatini's, and The Catch, three of the cruise line's specialty restaurants, from where two of the best bites of her entire trip were found. She detailed, though, that although spending more money might have come with the concept of having a better dining experience, that wasn't actually always the case. And she referenced a particularly overcooked lobster claw that she was served at The Catch. Seasoned cruisers do know a lot of this already. It's nothing new to expect that some meals might be good and others not so much, but I will forgive new cruisers because cruise line marketing definitely makes you think that everything you eat on board is going to be some sensational appetizing meal, and that just isn't always the case. In my own reviews, I've detailed everything from excellent experiences dining to mediocre and to some that are basically inedible. I'm looking at you, early days Dragon Lady on Pacific Adventure. But the point is, there is just so much that is included, especially on a princess cruise, that starvation is never an option or a fear. In fact, complimentary options on Princess span 24 hours, so around the clock you can have something to eat. And I do have to say that the International Cafe is one of my favorite places on any princess ship. So when I see pieces written like the one about Samantha Tatro, our travel blogger friend, I am motivated to respond because I know that it's just not based in reality. From our legitimate food writer though, in summation she writes, "In my 7 days on board, cruise ship food never magically won me over. But even I, as a person who plans vacations around food, could forgive a few mediocre meals in exchange for spotting a bald eagle perched on an iceberg." That's really the crux of this, I think, that cruising is not just about any one thing. Most of us will cruise for different reasons, whether that's relaxation or exploration and adventure. Food is of course a big part of it, but that's not to say that it's all good or it's all bad. But any of these sensationalized sort of headlines that you read, like the one from Yahoo News Australia, inspired by the experience of Samantha Tatro, is just so baseless, I think, that it really belittles the industry and the people that love to enjoy cruising. Let me know in the comments, have you had any fantastic cruise dining experiences or any really bad ones? For me personally, P&O Australia presents both. I have had the best meals at Luke Mannion's restaurants on board P&O ships, going back as far as 2011 on Pacific Jewel at, I think it was called Salt back then, and the food was just excellent. And then even in the included dining venue Angelo's, I've had awesome meals in there that would truly compare to any specialty dining venue on other cruise ships. But likewise, Dragon Lady on Pacific Adventure on the Maiden Cruise was awful. It was so bad. But then I didn't come back and publicize that Dragon Lady's the worst cruise food you'll ever eat, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I probably spoke about it because it wasn't good, but it's not the end of the world. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about cruise food? How do you feel about some of these articles that come out really punching for a headline. Let me know what you think. If you're looking to book a cruise, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguide.com.au. You can see pretty much all cruises from all around the world there and book them yourself or with the help of my agent partner, Cynthia. And all of those bookings go to support my work and my channel. So I appreciate if you can do that, and give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at Cruise and Travel Guy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Food was the main issue, and she made it very clear in a subsequent article that was written and published on Yahoo Australia that it just didn't.